welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. Do you remember this?
This elephant in the room is the Team USA roster. Caitlin's not on it. What was your reaction when you saw that list come out yesterday?
Yeah, a little disappointed, of course. She's my player. That's the hardest team in the world to make, right? Like, that is a tough team. She's young. She's going to have so many opportunities in the future.
How did you coach her up through that, or did you talk to her at all through that to make it more of a motivating factor than anything?
Yeah, we talked actually on the bus. She got the call on the bus, and she texted me to let me know. And, I just tried to keep her spirits. The thing she said was, "Hey, Coach, they woke a monster," which I thought was awesome.
Is there any silver lining? And she'll get a little bit of rest. She'll be able to work on some things in that 3-week break.
Yeah, I think that is the silver lining. Like, she is going to get some rest.
So, do you remember that? But I can hear you right now. Why, Adrienne, are you showing us that clip? That was so long ago. That was Caitlin's rookie season. Yes, it was. That was when she got the news that she would not be on the Olympic team. I want you to just hold that thought. I'm going to tell you why shortly. Just hold it. Just hold the thought. It'll make sense shortly. Right now, I want to show you some of what the Indiana Fever released. As you know, they've been taking each of the players from 2025 and showing some highlights. And Caitlin's highlights came out, a couple days ago or so. So I want to show a little bit of that. Okay. And we'll make our way back. Just hang with me. So we're going to go over to the Indiana Fever's X account. As we know, Caitlin only had the opportunity to play 13 games in her second season. And the Indiana Fever released more than 23 minutes of Caitlin Clark hooping. I'm not going to show you 23 minutes. I'm only going to show you a little bit of it. And that's going to be enough to make you go, oh my goodness. I'm reminded when I look at some of the highlights, I'm reminded of how I'd watch Caitlin play and just my jaw would drop. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is otherworldly. And you've heard me use that word before, otherworldly. So we're going to look at a little bit. We'll break a little bit down. And then, like I said, we're going to get back to that clip that I showed you of Caitlin's coach for her rookie season, Christy Sides. This is the Fever playing against the Atlanta Dream. And of course, we know that it's the Atlanta Dream because the court is so ugly. Can't stand that court, but I digress.
So Atlanta getting 3 offensive rebounds right there. But this is classic Caitlin Clark, and Tahina Paopao is going to learn very quickly.
What she's about to say is Tahina Paopao is going to learn very quickly that you cannot go under the screen. But this was well set up by Natasha Howard, who backs into Tahina Paopao, and Ryan Howard did not step up, and Caitlin made them pay. Let's look at that again.
So Atlanta getting 3 offensive rebounds right there. But this is classic Caitlin Clark, and Tahina Paopao is going to learn very quickly.
All right, let's look at a little bit more.
Angel, great to have it, Turner, and Autumn Johnson here with you for the final preseason game.
Mercy, I miss that. And this ends up being so well done. Caitlin Clark comes off a screen. Let's take a look. She comes off a screen from Brianna Turner and drains the shot. You see here, Sophie Cunningham. We miss you too, Sophie. Sophie Cunningham with the ball with Ryan Howard guarding her. And you're going to see right here, Bree Turner's going to set a screen. Caitlin's going to come wide off the screen. Sophie's going to hit her, and Caitlin's going to drain the shot because you can't give Caitlin daylight. Remember?
Turner and Autumn Johnson here with you for the final preseason game.
And Clark coming off the screen. You know this is what she loves to do.
And let's look at one more. Now here we see that Caitlin has the ball and Sophie Cunningham cuts to the basket because her defender falls asleep. Caitlin demands a whole lot of attention, and because she can shoot the ball, you have to guard her closely, but she's not just a shooter, as we know. She's probably an even better passer, and she's certainly a willing passer. So watch what happens. Caitlin's here, and then she kind of fakes a shot. Sophie makes a cut. Let me back up just a little bit so that you can see Sophie reads her defender, not paying enough attention, and then she cuts back door. So here it is. I'm sure there's a little bit of eye contact right here. Keep your eye on Sophie.
Cece with the hand tools behind the back.
And then boom.
The dish on the inside to Sophie Cunningham. The big.
And Sophie has her hand up the whole way, like, give me the ball. Cuts to the basket. Caitlin passes to where Sophie is going, not to where she is, and it's a bucket. Now, like I said, Indiana Fever released more than 23 minutes. I just gave you like 25 seconds of footage, and of course took longer because I stopped and explained it. But the link is in the description of this video. You go watch, get your 23 minutes worth of Caitlin Clark. Wow. For the Indiana Fever to be able to put that out, to know that fans want to see that. I wasn't sure if we would get that footage from Caitlin because she didn't play many games, only played 13 games, but she played 13 games. And so they gave you the footage there. Watch the whole thing if you want to. But before we leave altogether, I'm going to go out of that 23-minute video and show you this play. Again, Caitlin to Sophie. But this right here, what did I call it? Otherworldly.
Cunningham attacked the closeout.
Clark, the rejection of Quinterly. Clark, the flick ahead. Oh, beautifully done. Touchdown, Fever.
That's just sick. That is sick. Caitlin Clark with the block on Quinterly. Aaliyah Boston grabs it. She does the smart thing and puts it in the hand of her point guard. Look at the rotation on her pass. The rotation on the pass is what whips it to Sophie. And understand, that's a tough catch by Sophie. It's a great pass, but Sophie's got to get up. Caitlin gets it over the defender. Sophie goes up and gets it and puts that thing up. That ball that's coming lightning fast with that rotation, she handles it, she finishes. It's beautiful. Let's look at it again.
Cunningham attacked the closeout.
Clark, the rejection of Quinterly. Clark, the flick ahead. Oh, beautifully done. Touchdown, Fever.
It's sick. You go check out, if you haven't yet, the footage the Indiana Fever put out. That's just a taste. Okay. So, Adrienne, why did you start with the clip from Christy Sides from Caitlin's rookie season? I want to remind you of something. Caitlin Clark was left off the Olympic team, and many of us had something to say about it. And yes, as Coach said, Sides said, she was able to get some rest. Chloe Peterson mentioned it. Coach said, yes, that's the good thing. She was able to get some rest. And we know Caitlin needed some rest because she went right from a NCAA season where they went to the finals, right into the WNBA draft, right into her first season, the adjustment of her first season coming into the league, the physicality of the league. And that's true. There was some rest, but be that as it may, it should have been for Caitlin to say, I'll pass on the Olympic team. I'll take a break, which she would not have said. And she should have been on that team, right? So in that clip, Christy Sides divulged what many of us thought she should not have divulged. And that is what Caitlin texted her when she was left off the team. Caitlin texted her, they awakened a monster. And that was no lie. If you recall, when the Indiana Fever stepped into the second half of the season after that break, it was a whole nother, as they say, a whole nother level. Indiana Fever was the team that other teams even told you they did not want to play. They did not want to face them in the playoffs. They went on this winning streak, Lexi Hall came alive. Caitlin Clark came alive like the monster had been awakened. She and Kelsey Mitchell established themselves as the best backcourt in the WNBA. I mean, they were clicking. In that offseason, also, Coach Sides was able to have them do some team building activities. I believe that helped as well. But I believe that Caitlin Clark meant exactly what she said when she said to her coach, although we probably shouldn't have known it, but when she said to her coach, they have awakened a monster by leaving her off that team. That's exactly what she meant, and that's exactly what we saw. So why are you showing us that clip from her former coach, Adrienne? I'm going to tell you why. Because I have said repeatedly, and so say I again, when you take a player like Caitlin Clark, who loves this game, who eats the game, who drinks the game, who thinks the game, high basketball IQ, incredible upside, no end to her talent, passionate and works hard. You take someone like that who had to sit out and watch during her second season after coming off that monster first season. When she comes back, it is going to be amazing. That 23 minutes or whatever it was, that touchdown pass, that first season, I'm saying to you, as good as Caitlin was in her first season and in part of the second season, she wasn't herself in the second season, but as good as we got to see her, we ain't seen nothing yet. Yes, I said ain't seen nothing yet. The English teacher makes no apologies. We ain't seen nothing yet. Because when you watch, when you unfortunately have to sit out and watch, it changes your perspective. You see things. Caitlin talked to us about this herself in her interview with Sue Bird. You see things differently. You understand things differently, and it makes you want to play more. There's that as well. So if they think that we got to see a monster in the first season of Caitlin's career, in the second half of the first season, I'm telling you right now, they awakened the monster then. Her adversity and the team's adversity awakened, I don't know if you want to call it a monster. What's something more ferocious than a monster? Whatever you want to call it. I believe that when she steps back on that court with the pieces in place, we're going to go, we didn't see anything. We ain't seen nothing. The monster is roaring, and I'm looking forward to it. It's like when you get to look at those clips, you're like, I missed that. And some people, I know there are people who told me they just came to watch Caitlin in her second season. They didn't even get to see the first season. They're going to be like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And so, yeah, I'm talking like a fan, because I am a fan of a hooper. And Caitlin Clark, she told us when they snubbed her for the Olympics, coach, they awakened a monster. We saw it, but we ain't seen nothing yet, because having to sit out, I'm telling you, it's going to be on. It's going to be worth the wait. My advice to people is to enjoy it when it comes. You enjoy it so much better when you take it for what it is. I don't know. Some of these people, the twisties, I call them, who want to twist everything, who want to act like what we saw that little bit of footage of, that team doesn't want her to shine. Listen, enjoy the product. The team is, the franchise is, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. They want it. We want it. Most of all, Caitlin wants it, and she has the God-given ability and the work ethic to produce it. We ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey, Coach, they woke a monster.
I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundant.